Oh, there you are, sweet baby angel, and I don't know if it was the drinks we had at last night's dinner party or the regrets that we have, but I feel really morning, and it doesn't matter, we still need to rehash, so let's do it.
You want the trash, I got it all for you. Let's rehash the mess together. A sassy hole that only speaks the truth. Nobody gaslights you better.
Hello, I'm Wilko, the guy who rehashes reality, and welcome to Watch Next Episode. Give this video a thumbs up, make sure you like and subscribe and turn on notifications. A bunch of episodes coming out for Mafs UK as we catch up on Season 7. Last episode, dinner party. This episode, we're about to get to a commit me to find out who's going to stay and who's going to at least try to leave. And I think we know who's going to try to leave.
There was far too many dramatics last night, and I'm the most dramatic person ever, as you know. Too much. I mean, calm the down.
Well, that's so rich coming from you, Tommy boy. So, Performance Tom thinks that that's too much. That was too much drama for him last night. Oh, that's the last thing that he wants. He just couldn't stand a bit of drama. Please. You loved it every second of it. You're probably just more mad that you weren't involved in more of the drama.
Obviously, at this point in time, me and Whitney are in the greatest of places. Diamonds are made under pressure. You need to go through those trials and tribulations, come out the other side stronger. How are you feeling this morning? Whitney's got so many walls up, it's like the Great Wall of China.
Okay. I don't know if pressure in this situation is going to create a diamond for either of you. Maybe if you went and bought Whitney some diamonds, maybe she would come around, Perky.
Last night, I did try to make everybody aware that we had issues. I don't think anyone will be totally shocked if I sit on the couch and say some things, except for
Richie will,
he's
yeah.
too in his own head to kind of notice my feelings.
I am absolutely buzzing. We're very positive going into this. We're also going to be very honest about what a great match we are.
I don't know if Lara's gonna be honest about that. Well, she's gonna be honest, but it might sound different to what you're feeling. It does feel a little bit cruel, like, you know, when you lie to kids about the Easter Bunny and Santa, because ultimately the kids are gonna grow up knowing that you lied to them about a made-up thing. You don't ever worry about that? The kids are gonna grow up and go, you lied to me for many years. Essentially, we tell kids not to lie, and then all we do is lie to them. Oh yeah, there's a big jelly man came down the chimney and dropped off stuff.
This is your opportunity to come to us with real honesty and openness and authenticity. It's a no BS zone.
Unless it's coming out of your mouth, 2 shillings. Because I tell you what, if anyone tries to like escape with the, you know, the big old leave on the parchment, Shillings will be pulling whatever BS she can in her years, many years of doing this show to try and get them to stay. I think she gets a bonus if she gets them to stay longer.
And Jordan, we did hear you having a chat with Zoe. You confided that you think you could be falling for this woman.
Oh.
Me and Zoe?
No.
I knew he was. I knew it.
What? Plot twist. I said, like, all the ingredients are there for this to be like a forever thing.
Got you.
Does that surprise you?
Like, you can't ask for better, really, can you?
No, you really can't. Although, when a couple does start off really strong, and they have, all I can feel is like a sinking feeling in my stomach, because whether it's going to be the editing or something's going to turn, it can't be rosy the whole time. I'm not saying that you're going to go full like Mafs, AU, Jackson and Olivia, but
I felt like I wanted someone on the same level as me.
What do you mean by same level?
Yeah.
Has their own house and things like that. I know that sounds really superficial and it's pretty shit, to be honest.
Do you think PJ is good enough for you?
Yeah, I think we both deserve happy and be with someone like amazing.
well, no. By definition, you're saying that he's not good enough for you because he's not on your level. And what is that level? I don't think you can judge someone by the successes and failures that they've had in their life. Are they a good person? Do they do good by others? Great. Are they trying to better themselves every day? Well, that's what makes a good person, not by how much money or shit they have. Oh, yucky poo, Jess. Is that my first yucky poo of the season? Won't be my last.
Everything you asked for, you didn't get.
I beg to differ.
I can't force it and I don't want to be all over him and stuff like that and then give a wrong impression.
I haven't seen any physical support at all. Zero affection.
Wow.
Zero.
Well, I just feel like you're just attacking me because I am here for PJ.
We're not here to attack anyone. We're here to present what we have observed.
Well, you're making me come across like a bitch.
Oh, I think you're doing that by yourself. Because the experts aside, we can see with our own eyes that you haven't really been giving this guy a chance. The second you found out that his profession was dancing and stripping, you were ready to hoof it out of that place. With all that said, everyone so far has written stay, so there's been no real heavy lifting needed to be done by 2 Shillings and the experts. And Charlene, we never get to hear from Charlene. Charlene, talk to me about the sexy times a bit more.
The vegan thing, obviously that's, for me, I feel like that's a lot to kind of take on. I love eating meat. I love steak. I love going to Nando's.
I just feel like there's so many other more important things to a relationship than someone's diet.
Yeah, well, the big thing is that Zoe doesn't like sausage, and that's why she likes you, Jenna. Dick joke. Now, Jenna, you say these things like, I think there's so much more to a relationship than someone's diet, and I absolutely agree with you. The difference is you seem to, and this is what the narrative is saying, you seem to push the vegan agenda quite a lot, like me pushing the gay agenda on this show. We're all pushing some sort of agenda.
Have you been intimate?
Yeah.
Yeah. No shame in that, Shanita.
There's no shame. That's one area we don't have any.
We don't have any issues there.
Well, that's nice.
High five!
And still 2 Shillings trying to make it about itself. Yes, they high-fived each other, they can. Maybe all the tension, maybe all the tension about them, Jenna wants Zoe to be a vegan and Zoe wants to eat steak and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Maybe all that tension's really good for them to make the good sexy times. No surprise, they ride stay.
I thought, okay, Keisha's a little bit different to the type that I usually go for. But I saw curves, I saw the smile, that big smile. I thought, yeah, she's feeling me.
There's something there.
It's nice.
Is it nice, Whitney? It doesn't sound nice. Are you being facetious? It's very hard to tell with you what's genuine and what's not. But I have to disagree with you. It's not nice. The way that Kwame speaks about Keisha doesn't feel nice to me. I think that Keisha maybe needs to tone down the whole, we're gonna do it whether you like it or not, that she's putting out there in the narrative. That's maybe a little bit too far. But there has not been one thing that has been shown to me that it says that Kwame is A, there for the right reasons, and B, has any interest in Keisha other than a room buddy. Roommate. Room buddy is not a thing. Room buddy feels like a series on Pornhub.
He said that he gets bored really quickly.
Oh. I hear them.
I'm not the kind of woman to waste my time. Between all of these things that I heard, we had an amazing time.
But the signal that you were getting is that he's not available.
Was like, Kay, just have a good time.
Just have a good time.
Yeah, because he was on the free honeymoon. He wanted a holiday. He told you all that he really needed a holiday, and now he's getting it. So do you get bored easily, or do you want to take it slow? Kwame, you got to pick one, or at least make it clear exactly what you want.
I'm not a slow burner. I'm going quick, bang, bing, bang, bosh. But I wanted to do things differently this time. So what I was trying to say to Keisha is that I think your whole vibe, you're an attractive woman. Typically, this is what I would go for. Before I get to a certain level, I want to really get to know you better.
Okay, well, you've even lost Whitney, Kwame. All right, so maybe that makes sense. Maybe he just, normally he goes in and just goes bing, bang, bosh, hot. And this time he didn't want to do that. Still, I feel like without the sex, or even any sort of intimacy, you could still make it known that you're into her, not just go, yeah. Him doing that makes me think, no, you're not into her. Oh, they both ride stay. So I guess we've got more of this happening.
It wasn't even a kiss, it was like that. If it was a thing, I would have not have told George, or I wouldn't have done it.
I went to worst case scenario. Do you think that was a boundary cross?
At that point, we didn't know what each other's boundaries are.
I don't know, I feel like kissing people in a spa on your honeymoon, I feel like that's like most people's boundaries. At least don't do it and then ask. Or if you're gonna do it, make sure that they're there and you're like, we're just gonna have a quick little peck. You cool with this? Yeah? Okay. It seems sus because he was off at the bar. Even with all their drama of the jacuzzi lady smoochy time, they still both ride stay.
You have professed you've never been in love.
That's correct, yeah.
When I met Richie at the wedding, it all kind of fell away and I didn't think it was that big of a deal. When we got to the honeymoon, started to see how it could be a complication. Richie's used to dealing with Richie and how Richie feels. He's obviously self-contained and has been for a long time. Right, there's a long way for him to go. I think having to think about it as a couple is a new thing for Richie. And the honeymoon, it felt like there was no room for anybody but Richie. I didn't take into account that it was going to make me feel bad. It's more of a project than I had anticipated.
Lara's waited till tonight to say hi.
Yeah. See, Now Richie's the kid who's angry that Lara didn't tell him that Santa wasn't real. Why would you lie about this, Lara? You've lied for so long. I feel like you should just be honest as early as possible. Not like crazy honest, like I'm sexually not into you at all. Don't go too far, but if someone's doing something like holding onto you like a koala bear 24/7 and you don't want that, you should probably tell the person. And Richie is a 50-something-year-old man, you should let go.
I've probably learnt more in the last week than I've learned in the last 20 years.
That's
to
good.
just even start to flick that switch, to know that I can be loved and I can love somebody. I can't even explain the magnitude of that. I'm well on the way to healing that part of me.
And that's nice, but again, I don't know if Lara's one of the experts. Like, she's not, she's not the one who's just like been brought in to help you learn things. You've got to come at least partially complete within yourself, not with too much baggage for this to work. Anyway, Lara seems fine that he's going to keep koala backing her all the time. Koala backing? Yeah, let's make that a phrase. Koala on her back or her front or her side 24/7. They both ride stay.
Now, it won't come any surprise to you, Adrian, if I was to inform you that Thomas likes to perform in life.
What?
I mean, in
Walking
life.
down the street.
In life.
What? This is crazy. This is news to me. And also interesting that Thomas agreed with that, because when Adrian said to Thomas that he was performative, you absolutely flipped your lid, performative Tom. And now 2 shillings is sitting here in front of you telling you the same thing and you're agreeing with her. Weird turnaround.
I am a lunatic, you know. So I am fully aware of what I'm like. I'm really
good.
hard work. And that's fine. But I want to be the best version of my hard work that I can be. I'm not going to change. And I need to learn more to be a better person. You're a lovely, wonderful man. All I wanted from you was more. I wanted more from you. I don't want to be just friends. I'm not here for friends at first sight.
No, we got that because you said you wanted to start with your undies off. I just don't know how Adrian is meant to be the things that you need him to be when he can't kind of lock down exactly what you are, because the performance is on.
We've really got on, that honestly. These past
The change
few
has
days.
been monumental.
And I feel like he's listening to what I've got to say.
Okay, right. Well, once an audience member 24/7. I like Thomas. He's really great television, but performative Tom is really hard to nail down, because when performative Tom is happening and you say something to performative Tom, he reacts differently to the Tom who's making sense sitting down on the couch and not sassing back at all times. Once his sass hole has been closed a little bit, just close the sass hole just a little bit, Tom, so Adrian can get his point across. Anyway, they both ride stay. Okay, it's the first week. We've got to get a few more episodes out of him.
But he's not a bad-looking boy. He's not ugly.
Okay.
Great
But
compliment.
he's a stranger. There was no feeling. This is a bit weird where you've got this thing on your finger. You're like shackled to each other. Like shackled to a stranger.
What a word.
Yeah, my word, Georgie boy. I would watch that show. You bloody know it, SBA. Shackled to a stranger. I know it's kind of the same premise as Mafs, but I really want them to be physically shackled together. Let me watch that show. Then they can't run off all the time. The best thing that Whitney could say about Duca is that he's not ugly. He's not ugly. He's not ugly. That's it. End of pros list.
I'm more used to like a mellow, chill, like silent man, like on mute. Love a man on mute. Dude is not on mute.
Okay. How did you feel about each other at the end of the honeymoon?
Frustrated.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be frustrated now. All right, so he's not ugly, but also he's not on mute. Like, in that order, when I was going through the Mafs drive-through, I said to you, like, I need a man on mute.
I don't know, there's just a lot of things that have just not sat well with me.
Like what?
Duco is like, I don't want to say calculated, but he's thinking everything through. It's very much like...
Try to be aware of people around me, like first impressions.
Look, I have moments where I wonder whether or not Duca's being himself all the time.
But your interpretation of Duca is that he's fake.
Right.
But if you tried to get to know him as to why he acts like that, you know that he was an immigrant kid and he was bullied and so, yeah, he might try and put like a bit of bravado on when he first meets people, or maybe he's trying to make a good impression on you. If this whole thing is on all the time, maybe it can get a bit old. But look at what he's up against, Whit. It's not understanding, it's not love, it's not joy, it's not someone who's going, okay, I'm trying to figure this person out. It's someone who's like, all right, Perky, pipe down.
I'm not Duca's type. Like, Duca's not my type either. This guy's different to be famous. He talks every day about when the experiment's done, I'm gonna get so much pussy.
That's such trash.
That's the reality of it. So you want me to be here and be genuine in a relationship with someone who's here for fame? Like, what do you want from me?
I apologize to sometimes some of the comments I may have made, but at the same time, I also know my self-worth in terms of as a person, because if I may not be good enough for you, out of this process, I'm sure I'll be good enough for someone else.
You're twisting your words, and
No,
I'm sitting quietly and I'm not correcting and saying, oh no, actually you said this. It was a lot worse than the way that you're portraying. I'm just, when it's the other way around, you're like, oh yeah, go under the bus, bury the bitch.
No.
Wow, I don't know who to believe. Whitney seems so convinced that Duca is a fraud here for fame and for the punani. And Duca is shrugging those comments off as if they were a joke or some sort of coping mechanism. I don't know. Roll back the tape. Show me the secret footage. Where is that hard drive, Channel 4?
Yesterday at that dinner party, your behaviour was bad.
Your opinion on this is quite frankly irrelevant.
Do you? You were going to have to listen to it, I'm
That's
afraid,
great.
darling.
Thanks for telling me that, babe.
Listen, Whitney, if you want your relationship, I'm here now. I'm not being horrible to my husband. If I'm irrelevant, stop responding.
Okay, yeah, stop shouting, honestly.
Performative Tom. I don't know if we can say that you're not being horrible to your husband. Like, currently, no. You seem to have Whitney in your sights, but I don't know if we can say that you've been light and sunshine to your husband. The delusion is real. I agree with you. Whitney not coming off well, but also we don't know what Duke has done. We don't know what Duke has said, so you can't just like blindly take a side.
Can I have a conversation with you, please, Whitney?
I've been doing
this for nearly a decade, and I don't think I've seen as much eye rolling on the couch from anyone else. And that's sarcasm, but it's also contempt. Do you really want to be here?
No, I'm closed off to it now.
Well, not now. You've been closed off to it forever. In fact, I don't know why you did this. It's such a weird choice. Was it a drunken night on the internet and your girlfriends are around? They're like, do it. Get on the Channel 4 website. Sign up. I don't know why you're here, Whitney. At least we know that Duke is here for the fame and the Why was I tentative to say that? I'm so nervous. Such a prude.
I know that for you this is a short thing. Once you're out,
But it's not a short thing, but-
on to the next girl.
Yeah,
Like, I have been through shit. So yeah, I do have my walls up. I can't. I physically can't because I'm just opening and exposing myself up to her and I don't want to do it. I've had enough shit. I don't want any more. It's enough.
She's breaking.
Come on, girl.
I don't want to be here anymore. I'm over it.
I'm so confused. Like, he feels confident enough to like give her a hug to reassure her, but I don't know if she wants that at all. Again, I repeat, I don't know if Whitney should be on this show. I don't know if she's like mentally sound enough. I don't know if she's in a strong enough place to be able to deal with whatever's happening here. Because it's easy to say that she's just the villain, and you know how much I love a villain, sweet baby angel. But I feel like she's, I don't know, acting out.
Telling me that I'm irrelevant is not acceptable.
She is also saying, don't roll your eyes, because you don't understand, because you went there. Can we not give her a benefit
We
of the
are,
doubt
but she's
for a
not talking.
minute?
She's not
Okay,
talking.
but maybe she
Lower
can't
your
find
tone.
it.
Why are you being so dramatic?
Because
Calm
you're
down.
the one who let me have the opinion, so...
You have your opinion. Your opinion's well and truly fucking it.
Oh, I'm sorry, because you're quiet.
Go take that. Bye.
Absolute nightmare.
What's happened?
He needs a moment now because no one's been looking at him for 10 minutes.
Performative Tom. Thomas is different to Performative Tom. Performative Tom, when he's on, there's absolutely no getting him off the stage. You can boo him all you want, but that just really fires him up more. And I'm with Adrian, which wouldn't surprise anybody. You can't come for her because you don't have all the facts. How many times have we all watched Mafs seasons and like people have started to... Oh, Holly and old mate Texan. Perfect example. Holly was too much. We all agreed. But what old mate did was absolute gaslighty shit. So you can't just take a side, Performative Tom. And if your husband calmly says to you, like, back off a bit, I don't think he was shouting at all. Do either of you want to reassess that stay? I don't know if it's in the rule book, but maybe we could make it happen.
Captain Caitons can fuck off. He's just pathetic. He's just getting on me fucking wick. No man speaks to me like that, and I'm sick to fucking death of him. Playing the hero, isn't he? Playing the hero. Didn't you hear the first time?
Nothing to do with
John talking to you.
It's to do with the woman is upset.
He's just coming after me because that's what he wants to do, and that's fine.
No, I don't think he was coming after you at all. I think he was just trying to say to you, maybe like back off a little bit. How quickly can they talk about how they've like really had the best couple of days and they write stay on the couch and then boom, this blows up. So Whitney leaves and she goes and has her full mental breakdown. So Whitney leaves, has her full breakdown, and then somehow they convince her to get back on the couch, even though she wants to leave. She has written leave, for sure. 2 Shillings really wants to work for her bonus.
Would you be prepared to press pause here and just spend 24 hours contemplating this?
Good work. Is that it? So we don't get to know if she... Oh, of course she stuck around. 2 Shillings is very good at her job, and I don't mean experting. And still, no one officially has left. That's wild to me. I don't know. Anyway, the next episode, well, it's going to be here somewhere for you. Enjoy.